Hey NHS members, this is Mrs. Lewis doing a flipped video, so I only have to do this once. So a lot of things have changed this year, and one of them is going to be save the trees, right? And also, why do we have to make this so complicated? We don't. And NHS clubs and organizations all throughout the United States have switched to a digital system. So we can have 100% of our hard-earned work and money and donations go to the families in and around our district. I'm not going to pay for one of those programs, and I think that that's something you guys would agree with. So my next best option is to create a Google Classroom assignment where twice a year this will be uploaded, what you're seeing, and you will simply fill it out. I will have a hard copy available for you from this point forward so that you can keep track of it yourself. And so I'll explain more later in the video. But basically, when you open up your Google Classroom assignment, which is, you guys have all done this, so I don't have to explain how to do that. The first thing you're going to come in and do is write your name. So that's your name, okay? I'll use another one, Sarah Lewis. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, this is first semester for 2019. That is the month of June through December. So let's say one of my times was 10, 12, 19. That's how I prefer you to fill it out. I worked at pregnancy, or I volunteered at Pregnancy Resource Center. Where was it? It was in Park Hills, because there can be more than one. What was the director or the supervisor's name? Her name was Jane Doe. What is her position there? She's the director. You need to type in a phone number where I can reach that person. It can be a cell phone, whatever's easy to get a hold of them, and I'll explain why that's important here in a minute. The next thing you're going to do is put in their email. Tell me how many hours you worked. Now, in this column right here, total semester hours, so far 3 plus nothing is 3. Okay, so then a few days later on the 19th, you went with Will and you worked at the food pantry. Let's say this one, though, is in Doe Run. The director there is John Doe. He's Jane's husband, and he is a volunteer coordinator. You're also going to put in his number and his email so that if this one gets verified, we have the contact information. Now, this is where it's going to change. So 3 plus 3 equals how many kids? That's right, 6. So on the third line, I just wanted to give you an example of when you work for something that Miss Rich and I have established for you. So for example, on the 31st of October, we had a trunk or treat. Where was it? The high school. Who is your supervisor name? Either myself or Mrs. Richards. We don't need you to get a phone number, so that's not applicable. Same thing for the email, because we have paper verification forms that you signed. So there's no need to put that in there. The hour worked was 1 hour. So 1 plus 6 is, you guessed it, 7. So that's how this part of it works. When you're done, you'll have a little turn in right here, just like normal. So when you have completed it and you're ready to turn in your hours for the first semester, simply just click Turn In. No need to get anything signed or to get anything sent to us. So once you have turned in your verification sheet, they get printed off and added to your file. There still needs to be some sort of a verification process, and so for right now, this is, I think, will be the easiest way and most fair way to verify it. So what we do is, if we have 36 members and you each do 15 hours, that total comes up as an organization 540 hours. I think right now we're going to verify 10% of those hours. So how does your name get put into the hat? Well, here we have Sarah Lewis, and she wrote down 3 different lines, so her name would go into the hat 3 times. Okay, so if you had 15 lines pulled out, then your name would go in the hat 15 times. So an average member will have around 8 lines typed out, which means your name would go in the hat 8 times. So that is equivalent to 288 chances. Out of that 288 chances, we're going to draw 54 times. And those are the students who will get verified. So to give an example, let's say Chloe gets pulled 2 times and Emma gets pulled 3 times and Riley gets pulled 1 time. If we're looking at Chloe's and she got pulled 2 times, then I can check this one, or this one. Okay, so I'm going to have to pick 2 of them to verify. So this is why I'm going to email this person and verify with them, so-and-so said that they worked with you and volunteered for no pay, etc. And just a little form letter about our organization, and make sure that they understand why they're replying. And if I can't get a hold of them via email, I'll need to call them. I have to verify it. So once I verified it, I put my initials next to it, we're good to go. Make sure you're being extremely accurate when filling this out, because the last thing you want are discrepancies. And I don't think that'll be an issue, and I hope that you really like this way. If you have any ideas on how we can improve this form and this process, please email me or come talk to me. Have a great day.